Hey guys, how you doing? It is the middle of the week news update from this guy. So we got some Fortnite playing in the background. It wasn't too bad, actually. Now we're fighting as usual, so let's get into it. First things first is we're going to talk about Middle-earth Shadow of War, the game that was not as bad as Star Wars Battlefront with loot boxes, but it still affected its launch. So with this game, there was loot boxes for purchase as well as a currency that you could buy with real game money, and they are removing it from the game. They're removing the gold, the loot boxes, and everything in between. All that jazz is going to get out of the game. So they're saying that it kind of ruined their Nemesis system, which was built on in the first game, and that just simply knowing that they were available for purchase just kind of ruined the experience and the immersion. So they've decided that they're going to add a couple things into the game. They're going to overhaul some systems like the skill tree and stuff, as well as streamline the end game. They are also going to start rolling out free DLC and stuff over the coming months. We don't really know how much that is and stuff, but it's good to see that they're trying, kind of doing like a Ubisoft overhaul thing, bad rocky launch. We're gonna put in the effort, unlike No Man's Sky that kind of, fell off, took your money and left. So, yeah, that's the news. Let's move on to something else. Jeff Kaplan, as your boy in charge of Overwatch, is all said that they've looked into adding a PUBG Fortnite Battle Royale mode into the game because of how popular it is and everyone wants a piece of the cake. But they said that they're not going to do it. The answer is no. The reason is that Overwatch is a game based around heroes and their unique abilities, and that Battle Royale is about jumping in with nothing and looting and being on an equal playing field. That kind of would be weird having a map running around with 100 Genji, so yeah. And also the fact of the matter is the maps are not big enough. They just say that between 15 to 45 meters are their maps, and it's tiny in comparison to that of a PUBG map. So just all the factors combined just means that no Battle Royale Overwatch. Okay, so we got a bunch of releases now. We're going to put everything with the link down below. And we're going to start off with Dota 2, The Purge of... The Feast of Obsession, The Purge Arcadia. Please, I apologize. I am not a Dota player. Just trying to get you guys the news. And it's a 1.6 gig update, around about 492 Rand last time I checked. And then this is going to have a complete new set of textures, voice lines, effects, emotes, that kind of stuff. I think it's just a nice texture pack, a new overhaul, whatever, I guess, if you want to make it look fresh as a daisy. But yeah, that's that. We will go on to the next thing. Oh yeah, Dark Souls Remastered. Dark Souls Remastered is going to have some cool changes. There's going to be all basic changes like 4K support for Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, as well as 1080p 60 FPS for the normal PlayStations and Xboxes. And then also the Switch will be getting a 1080p 30 frames per second version. And then there's a plethora of changes to multiplayer and other stuff. So I just suggest you guys check down below in the description for the link if you want the full list. But one thing that I saw was pretty cool is that they're putting 6-man multiplayer into the game. So from what I could see, it was 4, now it's 6. It's going to need a new item, some finger or something. I can't really remember exactly the name. But also then some multiplayer stuff of 3v3s and 6-man Rumble, the type of every man for themselves type fighting games and things, and the team deathmatch stuff. But yeah, that's that. Next I'm gonna go read my notes and we'll come back with the last release. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier, but Dark Souls is coming out on the 25th of May. And the real big story I want to get out is that the main man himself, Kratos, is coming back to our Sony hearts. with the new game. This is completely different, a diversion from the series before of the Greek mythology. We're going now to Norse, and he's got an axe this time instead of some dual daggers kind of things. One change, and I guess there's also, from what I hear, there's no jumping mechanics, so your L1 circle jump in the air, spin attack's gone. But we'll see what happens. It looks pretty cool. There's way too many changes because it's completely different. I'm not going to go through a list of any of them or even mention them. I think you guys should or would benefit greatly from watching some gameplay if you are interested. I do think it'll be a good game that comes out, and it's going to come out on the 20th of this month, April. And then it's going to be a whole close to 49 gigs, so it's about 50 gigs. Make sure you've got a bunch of space on your hard drives, as well as roughly around the 800 to $1,000 area if you're trying to look for a physical or digital copy. And then it's also going to have quite a long story. One of the changes I will mention is that it's going to be a 30 to 45 hour story, where the previous titles have not been nearly that long, although it might have felt like it as a kid only playing on the weekends or really late, or like for an hour when you come home from school. So maybe the games did feel longer, but they weren't really that long, and this one's going to be quite a lengthy title. But remember that there is collectibles and stuff in the game. It's not all 45 hours of story, and the playtester in the Sony studios or whatever have clocked it around 43 hours. So you guys can take it at your leisure and get an extra 2 hours of gameplay in. But I think that's going to be it for us today. I'm rambling on, and I'm going to say goodbye.